Hello, I'm here to talk about a project I've been working on with the help of processing for the last 4 or 5 years. A slight quick background, I've always been making things, and then I decided, I should go into kind of this new media art school. And I was playing with lasers, and then that was working well. My friends were like, oh, you should bring this to a party. And I worked on that for a while. And then projectors were kind of an intimidating tool because they were expensive, and then all the tools relied on video, and video is really resource intensive, and you need a really good computer, and you need proprietary software. And as a free software enthusiast and Linux fanatic, there wasn't many options. And then one year I took a class, creative computation, and I learned how to use processing and to program. And it led me to build this tool called Freeliner. Here we have just a basic window. You might have seen the demo in the lunch area at lunchtime. But so yeah, this is basically a tool where you make lines, and then you can kind of apply different animations to them. And then various lines can have various animations. And then when you mash it all together, you can end up with something like this. There we go. So lots of compositing options and mapping. So this was done on a live drawing. This was all improvised. We start on a blank sheet of paper, and then start drawing the lines, and then start mapping it. So interfacing with processing can be tricky sometimes, as it's constantly running, and you need some way to, if you're going to interact with it, you need some way to control it. So I made it all for the keyboard and mouse, basically. So here there's just lowercase letters and kind of their functions, what they do. But then that's also extended, so you can do it over OSC. So with the help of Pure Data or other languages, you can kind of live patch stuff while your program is running. Let's say you want to alternate between 2 colors, then you can just kind of patch it in there. But it being a software where all the keys of the keyboard are pretty much used is kind of difficult for beginners to discover how it works, as it's kind of complex. So then I went to make a web-based GUI that connects via WebSockets with the WebSocket library, which is pretty neat. So basically, there's all the kind of key options, and then all of the options are added into drop menus, and then if you hover over them, you actually have the description, and that's automatically loaded from kind of, if I add a new thing in the code, it's automatically getting loaded. And then on the right-hand side, you have the layer stack, which is pretty fun, where you can basically arrange layers of render and then shaders to do effects on them, and you can kind of pile them together and then merge them with a blend mode. And then this also allowed me to add new features like LED mapping. As I was doing a lot of animations on lines, it was very logical to start doing animations for LED strips. So then we're going to pass to a video that's going to showcase some stuff I've done with it. So contrast isn't very good, but this is in an alleyway in Montreal. More drawing experiments. These are LED strips. Runs nice and smooth. If anybody has any question. No questions. All right.